For your reference, here again is the process for committing files and pushing them to our remote repository. Let's see how to do these steps using VS Code. Within VS Code, we'll edit some files, commit the changes to our local repository, and push the changes to our remote repository on GitHub. Here is VS Code with the Pet Cafe folder open. Click the File menu and ensure Auto Save is checked. That way, VS Code will automatically save our changes. Then, in Explorer, click on the index.html file to open it. We'll scroll down and make a change here in our article heading. We'll add a few more exclamation points to show our visitors that they are most welcome. Then close the index.html file by clicking the X on the tab. That file now has an M next to it, indicating that it's been modified. Notice our source control icon now has a 1 on it. That tells us we have one changed file. Click the source control icon and we see our changed file listed. Click on the file name and it shows us a side-by-side view of our changes. Here we changed 1 exclamation point to 3. Close the tab and go back to Explorer. Let's change one more file, the pet-list.html file. Scroll down. We'll again add exclamation points, just one more this time. Close the tab and click on the source control icon. We now have 2 changed files. What's our next step? We want to stage and commit these files to our local repository. We first add a commit message. In VS Code, we type the message at the top here. This commit will add excitement to the pages. Click the check mark to commit the files. The confirmation message tells us we have no staged changes. Then it asks if we want it to both stage and commit the files. We'll say yes. So VS Code automatically adds the files to staging first, and then commits the files. Now the source control panel displays a button. The button reminds us that we probably want to sync those changes with our GitHub repository. Click it, and it displays a confirmation message. This message tells us that it will pull and push commits from and to origin/main, which is our remote repository and current branch. Click OK, and our commit history is now synced with GitHub. Let's take a look. Bring up GitHub, refresh the browser, and we see that our files were updated. Here is our most recent commit message. In total, we've had 3 commits to this repository. Click it to view the commit history. And we see each of the commits, with the most recent one first. Click the commit message to review the details for a specific commit. In the details, we see the commit message, the name of the GitHub user that made the change, the time of the change, and the full hash. We also see the list of changed files, and we can view exactly what was changed. And as we've done before, click the repository name to return to the repository page. Let's go back to VS Code and click on Explorer. We can add, edit, or delete files here as we work through all of the features of our application. As we finish each iteration, we commit the files, then sync our local commit history with GitHub. All from within VS Code. Nice. Let's jump back to the slides. So, VS Code has great Git integration. In addition to what we saw in the last clip, we can make changes to files in the working folder, compare file versions, add changed files to staging and commit in one step, and sync the local and remote commit history. Let's work with branches next.